Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alice. In today's video it's a bit different. So a couple of weeks ago I ordered from Elf, the Elf website, and I actually filmed a Elf unboxing haul of all the products that I chose, and then I put them on my face. But when I looked back at the footage, it was very chaotic. I don't really know what I was doing. I've realised that I'm not great at first impressions of products. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the footage of me unboxing the products in my haul, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you what I think about these products and if I think they're worth it after using them for the last probably 3 or 4 weeks now, I think. Also, I think that would just be a bit more useful rather than me just unboxing them, using them not very well, and then kind of telling you my first impressions. I feel like after using them for a certain amount of time, that information is a bit more valuable than a first impressions. Anyway, I'll insert past me now unboxing the products, and then I'll see you back here for my thoughts on them. But in my opinion, Elf products are great quality for such a low price. So let me get into showing you what I purchased this time round. So first of all, I really wanted to try their new SPF. This is the Sun Touchable Woe Glow SPF 30 sunscreen. I have opened this. I'm not going to be putting this on today because I've already got SPF on, but apparently this is it sealed? Yeah, it's sealed. So I'm not going to squeeze any out because I want to keep it for when I need to open a new sunscreen. So this is a mineral sunscreen, if I believe correctly. Yeah, it's got iron oxides in it. So it's a mineral sunscreen. It comes out with a slight tint from what I've seen. Like a peachy light skin toned tint, and it's quite a glowy sunscreen from what I've heard, but I really wanted to try this out. I'm obsessed with sunscreens, and if I can find one that has a slight tint to it, it can even out my skin tone, then all the better. So I'm really excited to try that, but I'm not going to be using it today, like I said, because I've already got sunscreen on. The next thing I purchased were these colour correctors. So these are quite a new launch from Elf. I purchased the peachy shade for brightening my under eyes, and then the green shade for counteracting redness with my blemishes. I've heard really good things and I can't wait to try these out. These are going to be quite exciting. I've used a few green colour correctors in the past and they've not really been that successful, I'd say, so very excited about that one. And then I've just got into trying peach undertones colour correctors under my eyes. I've got one from Revolution that was recommended by someone I watch on YouTube, and I do quite like it, but yeah, we're going to give those a go today. The next thing, so I didn't really see, there's loads of stuff that I didn't actually purchase in here. They're all just kind of complimentary things, and then some of them I think I used my points to receive. This is a new brush from Elf that I think has just launched. It's the dual-ended nose contour brush. So you can see there the different ends. We're going to give this a go. Let's get it out. So on one end, it's kind of a fluffy tapered brush, and then on the other end it's a lot denser, as you can see there. So we'll give that a go. I'm not a huge nose contour person, but I thought that this just like, yeah, I thought that it would be cool to try out, so let's do that. Another thing I purchased is, I believe these are quite new as well, it's the Love Triangle Lip Filler Liner, and I got it in the shade light brown. It comes in the box like that. So it's quite a stubby little pencil, and then the tip of it is like a little triangle shape, and that's how much product you get in there. but we'll give this a go today. Light brown seemed from the swatches like something that I could use with a few different lipsticks that I already have. And then the last thing I purchased, which is one of the things that I wanted to try the most, is their new lipsticks. I'm already getting it out of the box, I'm like, I want to see. So this is the new e.l.f. lipstick. It's the O Face Satin lipstick. I thought that it sounded quite nice because I have a lot of matte lipsticks because that's what I used to be into, but now that my lips are so dry, I feel like a satin lipstick would be really nice to try. I've already had this out of the box because I needed to have a look at it. It reminds me of like a NARS lipstick or something. Like, it's got this soft matte packaging and it's actually magnetic. Like, there's something about magnetic lipstick packaging that just makes it feel so luxurious. So I got the shade, what did I get? I got Dirty Talk. Isn't that just beautiful? I feel like they've put such a lot of effort into how it feels and how it looks to make it feel so much more luxurious with the like e.l.f. embossment on the lipstick, and yeah, I'm really excited to give this one a go. Right, so that's what I purchased with my own money. Then they said that I could pick... No, I don't think they said that I could pick this, did they? So I believe at checkout it said that I could choose 2 samples because I remember choosing these 2 products. So I chose the Sea Bright Putty Primer with 2% vitamin C, and it's just this tiny little baby pot, which is super cute. I actually really like the putty primers. I've used up a whole original putty primer, like the large size of one. Look how cute that is. And I really enjoyed it. I've also got a large size of the Salicylic Green Putty Primer, but I haven't actually used it yet, and I can't use it at the moment because of my Roaccutane treatment. So that's the Vitamin C Putty Primer, so we'll give that a go today as well. And then I also chose this Pure Skin Moisturiser, what's it called? I think it's just Pure Skin Moisturiser with oat milk ceramides and niacinamide. I feel like that's a nice size. How much is in here? 30ml of moisturiser. I feel like that's a really good size to test out a moisturiser to see if you like it or not. So yeah, those are the 2 things that I actually picked out. But then what came along, just joined the party, is a small version of the Big Mood mascara. I actually have a full size of this, but I haven't tried it yet, so we're going to open this smaller one today just to test out if I like it before I open the larger size I have. So we'll use that. So that was in there. And then also this rose gold, or what does it say? It says rose gold or rose nude eyeshadow palette. And to me, this eyeshadow palette looks a lot like the Naked 3 palette, which I own. So I don't think I'm going to be using this palette today. I might actually pass it on to someone else. But yeah, they sent a whole eyeshadow palette, which is crazy. And I really like, I know that I love e.l.f. eyeshadows because I've got a lot of their bite-sized palettes, which I love, which I'm going to be using one today. And I also have a palette which is large like this, and it's called like matte, what's it called? It's literally just like all matte, kind of brownie nude shades, and I love that palette. I think it's called Mad About Mattes, that's what it's called, and I love that eyeshadow palette. So if this is the same formula, it'll be lovely, but just because I already have a lot of similar shades to this, and like I say, it looks a lot to me like the Naked 3 palette by Urban Decay, I don't know if I'll actually get any use out of that. So that's all I got in my haul. So without further ado, I think we should just chuck it all on my face. So to start off, the first thing that I pulled out of the box there was the Sun Touchable Woe Glow SPF 30 sunscreen. It's still in the box. I have not tried this. I am still using up quite a few SPFs, so I haven't had a chance to open this one up and give it a try just yet. but when I do, I will report back. So that's not been used. Next, I pulled out the colour correctors. What are they called? The camo colour correctors. And I have the green one and the peach one here. So I have different thoughts on these. I'll give you a swatch of them. So there is a swatch of the green colour corrector and the peach colour corrector. First of all, let's talk about the green colour corrector. I did say when I opened it that I've tried a few green colour correctors and they haven't really been that successful for me. This is no different, unfortunately. I feel like it's got quite good pigmentation, but I just feel like when it blends out, it just disappears more than anything. I feel like with green colour correction, because I'm not trying to colour correct like redness on my cheeks, like from rosacea or anything like that. I'm trying to do like pinpointed spot concealing or spot colour correcting. It's just not thick enough and not pigmented enough to stay in one spot. So if I have like a red area, it works quite well to like neutralize that redness, but on a precise spot like a blemish, it just doesn't really work for me. I will try and carry on using it because obviously it doesn't do nothing, it's just not as successful as I hoped it would be. So I will, like I say, I will carry on trying to use it and get some use out of it, and it was only £4, so it was good to try. I've got it on today on these blemishes, and as you can see, you can still see them, so it's not like it's completely taken away the redness that I wanted it to. But for the peach colour corrector, I'm really enjoying this. I've tried it a few different ways. So being blended out with a sponge, it's very sheer, it's not as colour correcting. With a smaller fluffy brush, that can kind of work quite well, but then I feel like it ends up being a little bit thick to then put concealer on top of. But how I found to use it the best is to put it on and then tap it out with my finger, and then I find that it gives a really good amount of colour correcting coverage, but it's then still thin enough that when I put concealer on over the top, it doesn't feel thick and cakey. And I've actually got it on today under my concealer and my powder on my under eyes. And yeah, so for the colour correctors, I really rate the peach one, but I'm still a bit on the fence, not too impressed with the green one. The next thing I pulled out of the haul box was this nose contour pen. Now, I think I said when I took it out of the box that I thought it would just be fun to try. It was fun to try, but I haven't reached for this nearly as much as I thought I would. So it's a great shape, it does the job, but for the amount of times that I actually do contour my nose, this probably wasn't very worth it. When I do contour my nose, I have used it, and I prefer this fluffy end to the more denser side, because I find that the end result is a bit more natural, like buffing it out with this rather than the denser side. But yeah, I haven't used it as much as I thought I would, but I'm still glad that I have it, because when I do contour my nose, I do find it quite useful. But yeah, overall it was fun to try. But I just haven't had as much use out of it as I thought I would. But it's still a good brush. The next two products were the Love Triangle Lip Filler Liner and the, was it called O-Lips? Lipstick. I purchased the shades Light Brown in the lip pencil and Dirty Talk in the lipstick, and you can tell how much I loved these because I bought two more. So originally, like I say, the colours that I got were Light Brown in the lip pencil and Dirty Talk in the lipstick. But I actually went back onto their website because I wanted different colours, because these two don't really go together. So the lip pencil that e.l.f. recommend to go with the Dirty Talk lipstick is the lip pencil in the shade Soft Pink, and then the lipstick that they recommend to go with the light brown pencil is the shade No Doubt. So I'll give you a couple of swatches of these shades so you can see what I mean. Sorry these swatches aren't the best, but as you can see, the top swatch is the lipstick in the shade Dirty Talk, and then underneath that is the lip pencil swatch of Soft Pink. And then the third swatch down is the lipstick shade in No Doubt, and then the final swatch at the bottom is the lip pencil in Light Brown. As you can see, I was wearing this lipstick shade with this lip pencil and it just didn't really go. So now I've got the right lip pencil shade for this lipstick. This combination is gorgeous, and now I've got this lipstick to go with this lip pencil shade. This combination is gorgeous also. In terms of the staying power of these lip pencils and lipsticks, I'm really impressed. It stayed on for hours. I ate, I drank a coffee, and I still had a good amount of even coverage over my lips without having to touch up. One thing I have noticed about these lipsticks is it might be because my lips are super dry at the moment, but I do end up getting that kind of horrible looking crusty line on the inside of my lips when I wear this. Other than that, which I guess is kind of preventable if you kind of have more moisturized lips or if you kind of touch it up or whatever throughout the day. I don't know if this will be the same for everyone, but that is just something that I have found. I feel like they are very comfortable. They don't dry down to being like painfully dry where you feel like it's gonna kind of chip off of your lips. It's not that kind of matte. It's not a drying matte. It's definitely more of like a satin feel. It doesn't feel, when you rub your lips together, it doesn't feel like you're rubbing two bits of sandpaper together. They are very comfortable, which is obviously why I picked another colour in the lipsticks. And then again in the lip pencils, these are such creamy lip pencils that I just find them so easy to use. They're easy to even use and then like blend out. You could even wear them all over your lips if that's the colour that you wanted, because they are that comfortable and creamy. So yeah, out of everything I purchased, these products are the winners and I love them so much. Obviously that's why I wanted to purchase more shades. Onto the little freebies that I received in my e.l.f. haul. The first one is the e.l.f. Sea Bright Putty Primer, and it came in this tiny little pot, which I thought was adorable. As you can see, I have used quite a lot of it to kind of give it a good testing and see how it worked with different foundations. I did apply it in the same way that I have always applied putty primer, so I scoop a little bit out, rub it between my fingers to kind of loosen it up, and then press it into my T-zone area. In my opinion, this one is a lot more, it's got more of a slip to it than the original putty primer. Now, like I said, I have used up an entire large pot of the putty primer. I really enjoyed that. I found that it really did blur my pores on my nose and on my chin. I don't feel like I see as much of the blurring quality when I use this Sea Bright one. And like I say, I feel like it's got more of a slippery feel to it. It is a nice primer and I will use this up because I love a putty primer, but I feel like if I still had oily skin, I wouldn't really enjoy this version, the Sea Bright version. I would go for the original putty primer or the salicylic acid putty primer. If you have more dry to normal skin, I feel like this one would be better. Overall, I didn't find it to be amazing or like fake value. I just found it to be quite a nice, slightly blurring primer. Another product that I didn't get to try before filming this is this Pure Skin moisturiser. It's still sat up on my skincare shelf waiting to be used. It's still sealed. I will eventually get round to trying this out, but I've got so many moisturisers open at the moment that it's just not on my list of things to open straight away. But I'm sure it's brilliant. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, the Big Mood mascara. At first, I really didn't like this. But now that I've used it a few times, and maybe the fact that it's dried out a little bit, I have come to quite like this. It reminds me a lot of the Falsies Lash Lift mascara from Maybelline. Now, when I first opened this, it is a very wet formula. It made my eyelashes so clumpy, and I just, sometimes I want a clumpy lash, but sometimes I just want it to be fluttery and not as spider-like, but what I have found, obviously it's dried out a little bit, which is a good thing. I feel like the older this mascara gets, the better it's going to be for me, but I have found that when I open it, I have to scrape off all the excess from the brush, from the spoolie, and then go in. When I started doing that, that's when I realised that I actually quite like this mascara. It's a good mascara, it lasts throughout the day, it doesn't flake on me, I haven't seen any transfer. Obviously it's not waterproof, so I do get watery eyes, and when my eyes have watered, this has kind of come off and smudged then, but just throughout the day, on regular wear, no watery eyes, I find this to be a really nice mascara, and yeah, I'm going to keep using it. I think it's a pretty good one. The last freebie that I received was this rose gold or rose nude eyeshadow palette, which is still sealed because, like I said, I don't think I'm going to get any use out of this. I just haven't passed it on to anyone just yet, but yeah, it's still here and I haven't tried it. So those are my thoughts of everything that I got in my e.l.f. haul and that I've been using for the last 3 to 4 weeks. I hope that some of this information was useful or helpful in some way. Like I said, the main products that I really enjoyed were the peach colour corrector, the new matte lipsticks and the lip liners. So if you wanted to purchase anything out of this haul, those are the products that I would recommend. e.l.f. always have great products for great prices in my opinion, so I would just suggest checking them out anyway. So yeah, that's everything. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave me a comment down below, subscribe if you would like to, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye guys!